Today I'll be going over a couple of other projects that I was working on. For school, they were both for the same class. We were working them on both of them at the same time. But one was just to learn mechanics and learn how to do things, and the other one was to turn in a finished project. So the first one was this one, the space game. This one doesn't actually have... I wouldn't call it like a finished product or anything because there's nothing to really do in particular. It just kind of has few different mechanics running around at the same time together. Let's jump into the play. For both of these games, I do have them mapped to a controller, so I can actually play them this way. So I can move and use the analogs. It's just a lot easier to playtest the game with something I'm comfortable with. So, what I have here is these meteors that spawn. They're rigged to spawn up in the sky and then drop down a random planet and then explode when they collide. I have these aliens that we had programmed that play a noise and hover, and then as you approach them, they jump away from you. That one actually, I think I put by a meteor at the same time, which is pretty funny. Let me see. It should bounce away from me when it gets to... Yep, there we go. But yeah, that's all that's really going on here. There is a light as well that is changing color. As you can see, the ground is kind of shifting between different colors. That's just shifting to random colors. And there's also a satellite that spawns up in the sky every 5 seconds and then explodes after 5 seconds. And then another one spawns and then that one explodes. And the direction and trajectory of that one is randomized as well. But that one I didn't randomize the spawn location. It's always going to spawn in the center up there and then drift in whatever direction it feels like. Whereas the meteors will spawn in a random area in a bounding box up there. Yeah, so that's this. Nothing crazy. Just something fun to learn mechanics. My other project, so let me file, let's exit here. I shouldn't have to worry about actually saving anything since I'm not doing anything with it. Let's grab the Epic Launcher again because I have multiple versions of Unreal from the different classes, so I have to make sure I go through there. Clean My Room was the other one I'm going to show today. Clean My Room was actually the project we were making for the class, for the final project that we submitted for the grade and everything. Let me open that one up real quick. Went all the way to 93%, now it's just going to slow down. So the Clean Your Room project was our actual turn-in for the class. It was a project wherein we had to pick one of 3 different games to build. The one I chose to build was the Clean Your Room blueprint. Let's put this over here instead. So I chose the Clean Your Room. You had to create a score system with a UI to display the score. You had to create objects that had to be picked up. It had to affect the variable that changed the score. I decided to use some pre-existing assets that I had acquired from the Unreal store, which were a high-quality house, residential house. And then I snagged a free song from YouTube that had royalty-free music, so I could use that as like the song that plays. So I have my start menu here, and we'll go from here. Now, granted, it's more like like an alpha or a beta in the sense that I don't have, like, as you can see, my graphics here are very rudimentary. I've never been good at the artistic side of this kind of stuff. So there's that. So we'll start that up. And I believe I mapped my controls the same here, yeah. So the music plays, you have a timer, a goal of 20 blocks, but there's more than 20 blocks in the level. The goal is just sort of there to help you. Like if you get 20, you win, and then anything else is considered bonus. Or what button did I map first? There we go. I just realized that I think my controller are different than the ones I had used. Yeah, these are different. Let me see if I can switch back to that. Let me jump over and just change my. I'm using a DualShock program to let my DualShock run on here, and I believe I had it set to Celeste controls when I did this. Maybe not. Well, let's use the mouse and keyboard. I may not have. I may have changed the controls later. So I have these piles of blocks like this that you can walk into and they knock over. And you have the individual ones you can pick up. The nice thing about this is that they also... Well, I'll show you after I actually get a clear run. Once you get to the goal, the game rewards you with messages that you're doing good, and you can continue to collect bonus ones. I think this was going to be like a patio, and then I ended up making it like an inside thing, like a laundry room, and I just left the patio sliding door, so that's fine. And the assets are really nice that they came with the pack. It felt pretty good. The floor was part of it, the wall, the ceiling, all the textures. Everything was all part of it, so it's pretty nice. Pretty good details, I like it. It's pretty nice. And I think this door doesn't work because I purposely broke it so it wouldn't open. Awesome. Great job. We won. So, in the actual room cleaning level, let's see, there we go. Let's actually go up in there and take a look. So, I designed it by putting bounding boxes in the living room, the kitchen, the corner hallway, and the bathroom and the laundry room. And I spawned the objects in those boxes at random. So the locations are random, the amount of items that spawn in there are random. Let's go see. That's the UI. That's also part of the UI. Here we go. So I have the hallway spawn box, the bathroom, the closet, the kitchen, and the living room. It takes all the boxes and then it creates a random integer from 0 to 4. Gets the actor bounds, which is the bounding box. Spawns the actor. I have that loop run 3 times, and then I have another loop here that runs 12 times. So the 3 loops is for the stacks of blocks. So it always spawns 3 stacks of blocks, and then after that it spawns 12 other blocks. And I have 8 different blocks you can pick from, so I have 0 through 7 as the selection for what I'm spawning. And then this big crazy part here is just the different spawning the different blocks, basically. So depending on what, it switches based on what integer is given to it, and then it spawns a different one. This could probably have been cleaned up to function a little easier, but it was just a quick thing for class, and it got me the result that I needed in the time that I needed it, so it worked out. Yeah, and then the actors that I actually made would be the different blocks here. And the piles are literally just a stack of the blocks that sit on each other. And then when you trip the blocks, it causes them to do the topple function. The topple function being this one here, which spawns the other blocks. It spawns a bunch of random blocks in that location. As you can see, it spawns the exact ones that match the block pile, and then it gets rid of itself so that it disappears, plays the sound, and then creates the other blocks, the sound being like a nice topple sound. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed making this. It was cool because this was my first project where I actually used assets from the store to like give it like a better better design, a little more of like a quality polished feel to it, as opposed to the first one that I sent you, that I posted to the channel, which was more mechanical and less polished on like textures, details, environments. So this is a fun thing to mess around with. It was cool to put something together that looks sort of like a finished product. But yeah, so this is the Clean My House one, and then the other one was the space game. So these are the two that I've done in my last class. And I'll be working on another one coming up where we'll be doing a shooting game where you go into a human body and you eradicate viruses. So that'll be the next one we'll be working on. And I'll post a video when we're all set with that. Take it easy.